Now, Israeli forces have entered the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound in occupied East Jerusalem. They used pepper spray and detained a number of Palestinians who were inside attending prayers. A large group of Israeli settlers also entered the compound alongside the Israeli military. Harry Foster is outside the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound for us in occupied East Jerusalem. Harry, the mosque compound is normally closed to non-Muslims in the last days of Ramadan. Why did the Israeli security forces enter it, and what more do we know about what happened?
Well, the Israeli security forces aren't telling us why they decided to open it this time. The police say that it's important to note that this is Jerusalem Day, as well as the last day or two of Ramadan, and that's why you see sort of right-wing and religious nationalist people starting their marches now through the old city. We're here at Damascus Gate, at the northern edge of the old city. What happened this morning was that after last month, there were reports that, in accordance with the understandings that usually go along with the way that the mosque compound is run, known as the Temple Mount to Jews, that in the last days of Ramadan, the fact that it was coinciding with Jerusalem Day this year, they would not let non-Muslims in again this time. There was a high court ruling to the effect that the police had the right to make that decision. But in the end, the police decided to let hundreds of people in. And when the word got out that that was happening inside the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, there were protests. Police said that people threw stones and chairs. The Islamic Waqf, which is the governing body which runs the mosque in accordance with the Jordanian government, it says that some 400 Israeli security personnel came in, they put down the protest and then allowed the Jewish people to come in. And that's an untypical thing to happen at such a sensitive time.
And meanwhile, Harry, more turmoil, more political turmoil for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
That's right. This is Sunday. It's the start of the working week here. And Benjamin Netanyahu has decided to get rid of two of his most high-profile ministers, Naftali Bennett, the Education Minister, Diaspora Affairs Minister, and Ayelet Shaked, the Justice Minister. Both of them formed a new party, an offshoot from the party that they belonged to before the last election, and they failed to get in to the Israeli parliament, the Knesset. They didn't meet the threshold, their new party, and so we've had with new elections now scheduled after Netanyahu failed to form a coalition, we had the prospect of them carrying on in the interim administration until September. Netanyahu has decided against that. It looks like he's going to give those two posts to other key coalition allies from the right wing and the religious right, so it's likely that he's trying to shore up support in that part of his prospective coalition ahead of the next elections scheduled for September the 17th.
Thank you very much for that. Harry Fawcett live for us in East Jerusalem.